Instagram stories are so powerful for engagement when it comes to the Instagram platform. In fact, it's the most engaging part of Instagram. But sometimes as entrepreneurs, we get really busy and there's a lot going on and we forget to use stories, and it's sometimes a time suck. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to streamline the process so that you can batch your Instagram stories. Hey guys, I'm Gwendolyn. I'm the content creator's best friend, and I'm here to simplify video creation for you so that you can get back to what's most important in your business. If you're enjoying this content, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so that you can know when I have something valuable coming out for you next. And of course, give me a comment below. Are you adding Instagram stories to your marketing strategy? If you are, good for you. But is there a struggle? Are you forgetting to actually do it consistently, or are you struggling with how to do it and build engagement? Hopefully this process will help you add it into your regular schedule and also make it so it's not that time consuming. So I've got a lot to go over in this video. I'm gonna give you lots and lots of tips on how to streamline the process of creating stories regularly for your business Instagram account. But first, let's talk about why. I mentioned earlier, Instagram stories are super engaging, and for a photo platform, videos and even just stagnant story posts are the most engaging part of Instagram. You should be using them if you're not already, but if you are and it's become a struggle to actually be consistent or know what to say, this video is just for you. Let's all agree that it's really important to use Instagram stories. You can even use Instagram stories in a way that is batching to the point where you're able to post it also on Facebook. So your Instagram stories can go on Facebook at the same time if you have your page linked to it. So stories are engaging and they drive traffic to your page. So if you're a little bit overwhelmed by it, don't worry. We're gonna get you to the point where it's easy to remember to do it, and you know exactly what you're going to be saying every time you turn on your stories camera. So the first step in streamlining the process of your Instagram stories is to look at your calendar. Do you have something coming up that might be of interest and helpful to your audience? Maybe you're going to a conference. Maybe you are delivering some kind of speech. Maybe you're creating something new for your audience. Take them behind the scenes of the life you're living, even if it's family related. The point of stories is really to give a closer look into you as a person and the business. So if you maybe have a physical product that you sell, something that would be really cool is to show people how it's made. Take them to the factory, take them down the process of designing it. Whatever the case may be, show them the behind the scenes. Look at your calendar. Are you going to the factory soon? Are you going to a conference soon? And maybe you're not even speaking at that conference. You just want to show people the people you're meeting, what you're learning, what the stage looks like. Give people an idea of what your calendar looks like and how you live your life. The second idea is to have standing content, something you do every single Monday and something you do every single Tuesday, every single Wednesday. For me, my content is really fluid except for Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I have Work With Me Wednesday, where I take people behind the scenes of what my work day looks like on that particular work day. So you may want to do that kind of structure for every single day of the week. That may be a way to keep yourself in line so that you know exactly, oh, hey, it's Tuesday, I'm going to talk about my tips and tricks, or I'm going to give them a tool on Tuesday. And maybe Follow Fridays, where I highlight one of my followers and or clients that are doing well. Whatever it is, there's some ideas that where you can have standing content so that each day of the week you just make a list, and Mondays is this, Tuesdays is this, and you just kind of know exactly what you're going to be posting that day, and you can almost plan it out because you know ahead of time what it's going to look like. The next tip is to plan around a launch, a product, or a freebie. So if you have something that converts really well, like a freebie, being able to do stories around that means that people want more content around that. If you've got a launch coming up of a product or a service or something, building excitement through your stories would be really, really cool. So looking at your calendar, once again, like step one, knowing when that's coming out and having about 2 weeks of content building up the excitement around that launch before it actually happens is super powerful. There's also the option of paid prompts. So my next tip is having your prompts planned out for you. I've seen many marketers sell either memberships or just PDFs of ideas that you can use in your business to prompt you of what to say in your stories. There's Project Storyline by Alexis Beaton, a couple of others that just offer a PDF. Some of these are paid, so keep that in mind. I recommend you just do this yourself. So taking the time to actually batch out what you want to say. Maybe it's, I want to do a poll today on what people want to learn. I want to do an introduction of myself and my process and my business. Make a list of like 52 things you could talk about or 100 things you could talk about and start plugging them into a calendar so that all you have to do is look at your content calendar and know exactly what you're talking about that day in your story. If having a prompt is something that you think you need in order to be more consistent because you're struggling with what to say in your stories, I have a few suggestions in the description below. And no, you don't even have to give me your email address. I'm just giving you 7 ideas that you can use for each day in 1 week for your stories. So my tip with all of these things is absolutely, no matter what you decide to do, even if it's just every day of the week has their own thing, like I said, Mondays are motivation and all that stuff, or if you have prompts for each day, or if you have something on the calendar, I want you to always, no matter what you decide in these ideas for stories, put them on a calendar. Put them in a place where you can access from anywhere so that when you decide to go live, you know exactly what you're talking about. This is the batching part of stories, making sure you know exactly how you're doing that. These are all for video ideas. You can absolutely batch things like pre-recorded videos, or you can batch all of your photos that go into stories. I also use Story Art, is a really great app that you can use on your phone. All of those can be pre-made and batched, and then all you have to do is pull them from your photo reel in your camera and post them into stories. But again, if it's on your calendar and it's already been made, all you have to do is go into your phone and plug it into your stories. My last tip is the best tip that I can give anyone. If you are struggling because you don't know what to say, those other ones are going to be great, but maybe you're struggling with just consistency because you're busy throughout the day and you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to post? Set an alarm. Set an alarm in your phone where after you've kind of looked at your analytics and you've decided the best time to go into your stories, for me, it's like middle of the day. Then go ahead and set an alarm for middle of the day. For me, I would set an alarm for like 11:30 a.m., noon, somewhere around there. I would just set it for every single weekday to prompt myself to go into my stories, and it would just say, do a story. And when I'm like, oh gosh, I'm in the middle of something, then I just stop what I'm doing. I do my story. I already know what I'm going to say because it's on my content calendar, so I don't have to think about that. And I just switch over to the app. I do my story real quick and I'm done for the day, and I'm consistent and I'm engaging because I've already planned out engaging content. Those are all the ways that you can batch your Instagram stories or streamline the process so that you're spending less time on the creation and more time on the engagement. I hope that this was helpful. I can't wait to see what you guys create. Let me know in the comments below where I can watch you on Instagram, and I'll be sure to follow you. I'll see you guys next week.